I'm going to put a battery in this and drive it out of the garage. All right, well, today's the day. We'll see how everything goes. I'm heading out to the garage. We're gonna take the cab off this Army truck today. M35A2 Deuce. Correct me if I'm wrong. As far as I know, it's called an M35A2, popularly known as the Deuce and a half. I got a surprise in the shop here for you. Remember, I bought this lift used for 500 bucks. It was in a field, buried in weeds and other stuff. Put this new motor and pump and stuff on it. Got new hoses. Bolted it down. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I was only putting a little bit of time here and there doing different things to it because I was doing different things, but it works now, so let's see. It's a little slow. Might still have some air to work out of it, but everything works. Some of the locks I think are stuck. They ain't been doing the click click thing. So I'm gonna get up in here and WD-40 all the linkages and stuff. It's not like going down too good. There's no weight on it. Kind of bumpy. I know the other thing. I'm 6'6". And look, I don't know why the pad to mount this pump is up so high. I wanted to move it, but my welder is way over there and this thing's bolted to the floor and I don't have a cord long enough for the welder to get over here. So we'll be bringing this down eventually, but for now, the kids won't be able to play with it anyhow. We gotta get this Chevy out of here. I ordered the front brake lines for it 2 weeks ago. They weren't coming. I called the place, it was a tough country, and apparently they were on back order and they didn't tell me. So they're not here, I canceled the order, they can eat my ass. This has to come out. I wanna bring a Deuce in here, lift the cab up, take that frame out. This is my 06 Ram with a Cummins in it. We'll push this one back up here and start figuring out where that cab's gonna sit. This had an 8-foot dump body on it, a dump insert. I have a 12-foot flatbed dump body outside on the back of that Chevy that I want to put on here. Let's get this stuff out of here so we can bring that Deuce in here. That ain't gonna take long to get that. It'll probably take me longer to get these things moved out of here than it will to get that cab off of that Army truck. I just got to thinking, let's do some measuring. I ain't sure that Deuce is gonna fit between the posts on that lift. Okay, I'm leaving the tractor run out there because somehow or another, one of the cats turned the lights on last night or whenever it was, and the battery was completely dead, so I jumped it. So I leave it running to charge battery, but I'm going to put a battery in this and drive it out of the garage. Brakes or no brakes, which it don't have any brakes. I'm just gonna put it in gear and start it and then drive out of the garage. It'll be great. I take that back. We're not driving this out of here. I just realized I don't have a throttle cable hooked up. We'll put the transmission in neutral and drag it out like we did the other frame. Got a little bit of a mess to clean up here. I'll try to hit quick on that. I did measure. The Deuce is wider than this. You can't even squeak it by. So I'm gonna have to take it apart and then pick it up with the bucket of the tractor. And then I can bring it in here. First, I gotta get the Christmas lights off of this thing. Of course, I brought the wrong tools to do it. End clip. This grill thing is designed to hinge. Also, just comes off like that. See this? I measured that out, wrote that on there, so I kind of got an idea where that's going to be when I land on the other chassis, when I put it on the 06 Ram. So basically 2 bolts there and 1 like right there on both sides, and these fenders will come off. That's real iron there. I don't even know what really holds the front of this cab on. This is like a bracket that I made for the brake system. Oh, there's one right there, bolt in the front. And then the back is just this. There's the 727 automatic transmission that was originally behind the 12 valve that's in the Chevy. This hood, make sure you strap it when it's in the up position. See the warning right there? That thing will kill you. Oh, we're gonna have to make some adjustments if we want to use that. We could probably put some thicker angle iron or notch a piece of channel and bolt it on there. That's all busted. Our Penguin for winter. I forgot about this guy. He drives in the fall. And then Nick, he takes over for the rest of the winter. If you know anything about the axles on these trucks, 2.5 ton Rockwell top loaders, I think it's a 6.72 or 0.73 gear ratio. These axles are for sale. Typically they go about $1,000 a piece, and if you say that's not true, you ain't in the market. I'm selling both of these together for $1,500. I made up my mind there's no chance that I want to use these on any other projects, and a guy should have them. So if you're in the market for a set, you know, they need something. They work. I'm not saying the gear sets are trash. They work. But like, there's a seal back here on both sides of the front. I don't even know if it's a seal. It's some sort of a boot or something that probably needs replaced. There's really nothing on the back one that can stop working. I got a pinion brake on it, on the back one. The calipers probably froze up, but it's off of like a Toyota or something. There was a conversion. Kryptonite Customs or something is where I got that, I believe. Yeah, if you're looking for a set of those, $1,500. So you can have the wheels too, the tires, whatever, they're tractor tires with tubes in them. I did have the wheels custom made, but they were custom hillbilly made, okay? I bought these tractor tires and wheels, all 4 of them, at an auction. And I just had a guy cut the centers out of the factory wheels or the stock wheels for the Deuce. And then he machined a 90-degree edge on it, like a lip, so it would fit in here, and we just welded them in. I'm gonna take my grinder to that bracket I was showing you underneath there. Oh, look at this. Oh, I just lucked out. Remember talking about throttle cables? Here's the throttle cable that came out of my 1989 Dodge that was hooked to the 12 valve that's in the Chevy. I forgot this was out here. Is this still free? Yep. Nice. It's gonna take me 18 days to get this bolt out of here. That wrench. I need a fucking cheater. Alright, that's free. It's still on the floor, but we'll deal with that when we get inside.
It might be enough until it hits that. Good.
Sketchy.
Oh shit, approved.
Oh shit, approved for sure. This is a body. There's a skeleton hanging out the bottom. Should I put a strap on it? Or just go all in? So we can raise it up and push the ram in here now. So essentially, it's got to go back until this firewall is like here. So we can push it back a little bit and then let it down a little bit. Alright, watch the arm right here, it doesn't hit.
You're getting close to the exhaust.
That's a huge advancement on this project. A couple of these arms are in the way. I'm gonna try to block up the cab and move this arm back to here. Now the problem we were having is when I was on a tractor, these didn't line up, which they probably still don't, but this was the best scenario at the time. I think now I can slide this back and just block it up here. So we need to come down from here as close as we can to the exhaust and see what else might. I don't think anything else is in the way. I think the exhaust is about it. From the back of the engine to the firewall, there's still a good 8 inches or something there. Bring it down a little bit and then we'll see what we got as far as fender length and center line of the axle. I think I got it. I just need to let that down a hair to get this out from underneath of it. Half a second after I turn the camera off, we got this figured out. It's not in the way of anything over here. It was hitting, well, thinking about hitting the exhaust, but it's clear. The next thing these arms could contact is like the frame or the body mount, which is, you know, we're gonna be plenty far enough down, I think, at that point. Nothing in the back trying to hit that one, maybe the frame later. Well, I got it kind of better situated here. This side was giving me a bit of a fit because the arm there was under here and it was getting into this exhaust. I think the cab needs to come over to the passenger side just a couple of inches. It's looking really good. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for the body mounts. I kind of want to replicate this section. Well, Nick, he's pretty happy about his new ride. Well, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I'm running out of time this week. I need to get in there and edit this, and I still got some stuff with the dump trucks. Both of them dump trucks need attention right now. I'm gonna go edit this video and start working on the dump trucks because I only got a handful more days. That's pretty awesome. Pretty big step. Now I'm kind of committed to this project until I at least get the cab mounts figured out. I did hold one of the fenders up. Remember I had the center line marked on it? I held that up there and I got the axle pretty close, you know, within an inch one way or the other. It's probably tighter than that. This is kind of where we're gonna be. When I get back to this, I'll finish off the side to side centering of it, and then I'll start working on the mounts. Well, if you're into this project, stay tuned, hit the subscribe button. We're really close to 1,000 here. We're not really, we need 300 more. The Chevy over there still has some stuff to do. Like I showed you that throttle cable that was on this when that engine was in here. I put it on there, so I got a throttle cable now. Just looking for brakes, but there'll be little things going on over there. The big fabrication nightmare is gonna be over here, but like I said, I'm gonna be tied to it for a while. So if you like that idea of putting this Army truck on this 06 Ram, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See you next time. But because of the way these fenders are, they're actually not there. I cut them off. These fenders are supposed to come out quite a ways. I cut them off when I was mud bogging this thing, because who wants fenders when you got tires like this? I got plans for this. I probably will not use or like replace the factory fender. Hopefully I can make them work. The way this is, this wheel well is kind of open. So if this, for some reason, needed to be back farther than the center line on the axle, you know, we can move it back. I don't think it's really going to be a big deal. I think it's going to be pretty close, but I'm not against moving it back if we have to. You see these little side doors? These are kind of cool. And they flip down. I've always kept those oiled so they work. And even these latches, they're very primitive. They're mechanical. There ain't even any springs in there. A little bit of metal work there, but you know, these things in the grand scheme of things don't see that much road time. They don't get the rust and stuff, you know, like a civilian vehicle. So they're mostly in really good shape. The guy I bought it from a very long time ago told me it was a 50 something. I don't know that for sure. There's no VIN plate. It kind of leans on that number, I guess. If you can tell by looking at it what era it's from, let me know. I don't even know what company made it. You know, the M35s were made by several different companies. All the military specs, so they're basically the same.